roses up to 5 feet tall, starting at just $19.99. And Easy Care Drift roses, they're as low as $15.99. Come to this fabulous 5-acre fresh air outdoor garden, gorgeous plants at bargain prices. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, in the same blooming place since 1952.
WOCA. Ocala.
Listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Good morning, everybody. Thank you back for joining us. In the studio at the moment, I have from the centers, I have the CEO, Steve Blank, COO, Steve Blank, and JD McFarland, the IT director. And you guys are here in lieu of everything that's going on, obviously, with the pandemic and novel coronavirus and COVID-19. You guys come in because there's a lot of information you want to give to some folks to fill them in on just what you guys are, what you're doing, and everything, so forth. So, yeah.
Thanks for having us in.
Absolutely.
We're from the centers, and anybody from Marion County knows we're the local community behavioral health provider. We provide inpatient and outpatient services to adults and kids here. Yeah. And first and foremost, we want to just ask that the people in the county really respect the directives that are coming down from the Department of Health in regards to social distancing and all that stuff. But we also know that it's important to stay connected. Yeah. So with that, sometimes people right now, especially what's going on with the COVID virus, people can't come to see somebody in person, and we've worked over the past couple of years to transition to telehealth services, and we really wanted to just kind of talk about how we've been able to do that, let folks know how, that it's available to them, and also just mention our mobile response team also. So
absolutely.
I'll just introduce JD McFarland, our IT director.
Yeah.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad.
So, basically 6 years ago is when the centers first got involved with telehealth. We won a grant from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Administration. Since that time, we've continued to grow our telehealth operations, and we were somewhat well-placed to offer much expanded telehealth services when the lockdown happened last week.
Right.
Basically, we went from a handful of providers and very limited services available by telehealth to now pretty much all outpatient services are available via telehealth, and we went from probably less than 20 providers using it to now almost 100.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that's enabled most of our therapists and outpatient staff and nurse practitioners and doctors to actually stay home and stay safe.
Yeah.
And that's allowing our customers to stay home and stay safe.
Right.
Anyone who's called our agency in the past week or 2 weeks, we've encouraged them to switch over to telehealth. Mm-hmm. Now, we're not forgetting or leaving behind the clients who can't use it, because unfortunately, while we're at about 80% of our clients who are capable of using telehealth, we do have a lot of rural areas where internet's just not available. And for those folks who can't use it, they can still come to the office. However, for their safety and our safety, they're in a private room with a telehealth kiosk that's sanitized between each and every visit.
Gotcha.
And so they can still receive the same services they've always received, and they can see the same therapist or same doctor they've seen, and they can stay healthy.
Absolutely. And with this telehealth, this is your guys' example of saying, hey, we can still do what we need to do, which is really good stuff, and it's for the community within itself too to help. And you said how many years now have you been using the telehealth?
6 years.
6 years, yeah. And that's pretty good now, because within this phase of having to adapt to the circumstances, so to speak, like you have, at least you guys have had some time in there to work things through those logistics, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. And really the greatest barriers between 6 years ago and last week were all regulatory.
Yeah.
So for your listeners out there, when they're making their decisions about who to vote for and what to do, make sure that really everybody understands that this national disaster has actually removed a lot of barriers in a lot of industries, and we're going to be able to provide better services because of it.
Yeah.
And I, for one, hope that all these same regulations don't come back.
Gotcha.
Because if it does, a lot of the things we're able to do are just going to disappear.
Right.
And for the most part, those regulations didn't have anything to do with client safety or privacy or anything like that. It was mostly about paperwork.
Yeah.
So that's made everybody's life a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And because we don't have those same barriers, we can see more people. And we would encourage anybody who needs care, is seeking care, either they've got anxiety or they're depressed, and this is a very depressing time.
Of course.
Give us a call
Anxious
or
time,
reach
huh?
out to us on our website. And right now, basically, we can get them seen no matter who their insurance is.
Yeah.
We can get them seen. If they're in Marion County, we have funding for indigent clients.
Yeah.
So we are available. Our main number is 352-291-5555. Once again, that number is 352-291-5555. You can also visit our telehealth website, simplerpsych.com, and you can find out how to get started with us.
Yeah.
And that's an easy process, and we look forward to basically helping everybody we can.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think this is important because when people, like you said, whether it's anxiety, depression, somebody wants the help to be able to expose some of their, for example, anxieties or vulnerabilities, if you will, and they're seeking that help, sometimes that's the hardest step. Admitting that there's an issue is sometimes they're easier than what it is to actually say, hey, I know there's an issue, there's a problem, let's do something about it. But it's usually this next step. And what you guys are saying is right now on air, give them a call. And there's ways to work in with what's going on and how you guys have adapted to the times here, like we said, with the novel coronavirus, that there is still ways to get help. And for those who are interested, give you guys a call.
Yeah, and I think it's important that, I mean, with everybody, the different businesses that people are operating, you have to be concerned about your customers or the folks you serve, and then you also really need to be prepared to keep your staff comfortable and safe.
Sure.
And this allows us to do both because, you know, although we're healthcare providers in that business, we're pretty much, you know, we need to do whatever we need to do to keep our doors open and provide the services. This has allowed us to say, if you're comfortable, if you want to work from home, we can allow you to do that. We can give you equipment. You can go home and do that. And you know, so our staff loves it.
Yeah.
They feel safe.
Yeah.
We're getting great feedback from the folks that are taking advantage of the services. And I also should mention that some of our inpatient services, our residential programs where people are with us for a while that are still open and running, they're not able to have visits right now.
Right.
So you know, we're doing what we can to kind of keep them occupied, but we're also taking advantage of telehealth so that if they want to visit with their folks, they can do it via telehealth with some electronic equipment so that they can stay connected. It's just really important. I mean, this is such an uncertain time, and folks really do need to stay connected. I do a lot of posts, and I say #connected, stay connected, because it's important. Whether this is going on and when this is over and we're moving forward, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty, and we're proud. I'm super glad that we have folks like JD and his team that have been able to pull this off, but it's been a collective effort. And the only other thing that I wanted to mention is, in addition to the telehealth services, the Centers has a mobile response team.
Okay.
We received funding through the state, through DCF and LSF.
Yeah.
And we have a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week mobile response team that if you call 352 402-2890. We have a mobile response team that will take that call, and if somebody's in crisis, if somebody's really struggling and we need to go out and see them and maybe offer us a hand, we can do that. It was geared initially towards young people and helping keeping young people out of the hospital, but with everything that's going on, we want to make sure that it's available to everybody here in Marion County, and if it's a way to keep people from being admitted to an inpatient unit and maybe just having somebody come out and talk to them, it's available. So again, it's the mobile response unit. It's 352-402-2890, and we would be glad to help you that way also.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we're just about out of time, guys. Appreciate you coming in.
Appreciate having us.
Glad to have you. So that's Steve Blank, COO of the Centers, and JD McFarland for the IT. Good stuff, guys. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
We're going to take a short little break, and when we come back, WOCA, The Source.